me to adjust it.
Hello.
It's doing the thing. It's just...
We're trying something new. We gotta do vehicle. Kind of ghetto, but it works. Today, we're doing Bigfoot.
Bigfoot?
It's just kind of a local legend around here since we're from the Oregon and Washington area, so...
Yep.
It kind of, like I said on our notes, the subject kind of freaks me out, especially living so close to the sightings. So...
You never know what we'll come across.
What's the next one?
People who claim to have seen it describe Bigfoot as large, muscular, bipedal ape-like creatures, roughly 6 to 9 feet tall, covered in hair, described as black, dark brown, or dark reddish. So just like humans, but covered in hair.
Or monkeys. The enormous footprints for which the creatures named are claimed to be as large as 24 inches, or 60 centimeters long, 8 inches, or 20 centimeters wide. It's huge.
Yeah. Some footprint casts have also contained claw marks, making it likely that they came from known animals such as bears, which have 5 toes and claws.
And they're also said to be very smelly, like they're supposed to be like rotten meat and grossness.
Well, they're supposed to be like carnivores like us, right? Or omnivores like us. In North American folklore, Bigfoot and Sasquatch are said to be hairy, upright, walking, ape-like creatures that dwell in the wilderness and leave footprints. Just locked my door.
Depictions often portray them as missing link between humans and human ancestors or their great apes. Or other great apes.
Great apes. They're strongly associated with the Pacific Northwest, particularly Oregon, Washington, and British Columbia, and individuals claim to see the creatures across North America.
Over the years, these creatures have inspired numerous commercial ventures and hoaxes.
Oh, yeah.
Or Henry and the Hendersons.
So many hoaxes. The plural nouns Bigfoots and Big Feet are both acceptable.
Because we've asked the Bigfoots.
Yes, they've said.
This isn't in here, but there was a TV show where this lady was saying that her whole family, inbred with the Bigfoot.
Oh, jeez.
Let's see.
Folklorists.
Yeah, folklorists trace the figure of Bigfoot to a combination of factors and sources, including folklore surrounding the European wild man figure, folk belief among Native American and loggers, and cultural increased environmental concerns.
Majority of mainstream scientists, let me try that again. Mainstream scientists have historically discounted the existence of Bigfoot, considering it to be a combination of folklore, misidentification, and hoax rather than living animals.
A minority, such as anthropologists Grover Krantz and Jeffrey Meldrum, have expressed belief in the creature's existence.
I don't know how I feel about it, it's like you hear all these stories, but there's no definitive proof.
Like I said before, there's another realm that kind of bleeds into ours sometimes. That's where the fairies and the gnomes and the Bigfoot and stuff live.
Yeah. But, lately we've been feeling like we shifted into a parallel universe anyway, so...
Which we have.
Who knows, right? According to David... What kind of last name is that? Dagling? The legends predate the name Bigfoot.
Let's see. They differ in their details both regionally and between families in the same community.
Ecologist Robert Pyle says that most cultures have accounts of human-like giants in their folk history, expressing a need for some larger-than-life creature. Each language had its own name for the creatures featured in the local version of such legends. I'm having trouble because whenever I move, the paper moves, and then I can't read.
Because then they got, the Yeti, Bigfoot,
The abominable
Sasquatch,
snowman.
Grape ape, skunk ape. There we go. Grape ape.
The abominable snowman. That's up, up in the north.
Let's see. Many names meant something along the lines of wild man or hairy man, although other names described common actions it was said to perform, such as eating clams or shaking trees. The shaky tree Bigfoot.
Chief, I'm going to say Michelle, of the...
It's Native American.
Well, I can't pronounce it, so I'm just going to say Michelle. Naka Hammocks. I'm butchering this shit. At Lytton, British Columbia, told such a story to Charles Hill Tout in 1898. He named the creature by a Salishan variant, meaning the benign-faced one.
Doesn't benign mean they're not bad?
Yeah. Later ask me about Salishan, because it was something we were talking about before I couldn't remember the name of. Go ahead.
Members of the Lumi tell tales about there's a lot of Native American here.
We're going to butcher the shit out of it, so just bear with us.
We have no disrespect. We're both parts, so we have no disrespect whatsoever. Tizimascus, the local version of Bigfoot.
We should really look up how to pronounce that shit.
Tizimascus.
Whatever, we butchered it. The stories are similar to each other in the general descriptions of Tizimascus, but details differed among various family accounts concerning the creature's diet and activities.
Some regional versions tell of more threatening creatures. The Styaha or Kawakawa were a nocturnal race. I've heard that.
Again, butchering them, sorry. Children were warned against saying the names lest the monsters hear and come to carry off a person, sometimes to be killed.
Then we just said the names. Thank you, Wiki.
Oh, great. There couldn't have been a disclaimer.
Right?
They're going to come out and carry us away.
In 1947, Paul Kane reported stories of the Indians about Skumacums, a race of cannibalistic wild men living in the peak of Mount St. Helens in southern Washington State, which I've been to Mount St. Helens. It's a very beautiful area. Apparently, there's cannibalistic woodmen. Wildmen, woodmen.
Less menacing versions have also been recorded, such as one in 1840 by Elkanah Walker, a Protestant missionary who recorded stories of giants among the Indians living near Spokane, Washington.
Like I said, we're getting into my area here, you guys. The Indians, we were one of the first sightings, so around here. The Indians said that these giants lived on and around the peaks of nearby mountains and stole salmon from the fishermen's net.
In the 1920s, Indian agent J.W. Burns...
That is the most English name.
Yeah, that is the epitome of English-British names. Compiled local stories and published them in a series of Canadian newspaper articles. Canadian. Makes sense.
They are accounts told by him by the... Steseles people of Chehalis.
That one I know.
And others. Oh my god.
I'm so sorry that we're butchering these Native American words. The Steseles and other regional tribes maintained that the Sasquatch were real. They were offended by people telling them that the figures were legendary.
According to Steseles' accounts, the Sasquatch preferred to avoid white men and spoke the Lilut language of the people at Port Douglas, British Columbia, in the head of Harrison Lake.
These accounts were published again in 1940. Burns borrowed the term Sasquatch from the Halcomelem.
Oh, don't show them the next video.
Sasquatch. Sasquatch, yeah, Sasquatch.
At least that one shows you kind of how it's...
Sasquatch. And used it in his articles to describe a hypothetical single type of creature portrayed in the local stories.
About 1/3 of all claims of Bigfoot sightings are located in the Pacific Northwest, with the remaining reports spread throughout the rest of North America.
My nose itches today. What the hell?
As we're running, allergies are bad.
Bigfoot has become better known and a phenomenon in popular cultures, and sightings have spread throughout North America. Okay, so one thing I have to say
I already
about
read
that.
that one. I read that one.
Oh, did you? Okay, well, I'll read the next one in a second. One thing I have to say about that, though, is that sightings have been in this area, Washington, Oregon, for so long that all of a sudden they're starting to be in other. That's fake. Like, if they're seen, it's here, not other states, because.
I think there's forms of every. Like I said, there's the skunk ape.
No, I'm saying, like, I don't think that. Because there were no sightings, literally no sightings in other states until, like, the 1960s.
That's true.
And then all of a sudden now there's sightings in other states. What the hell? So what am I reading? I just read that one.
No.
Literally just read that one.
Oh.
You said you read.
I guess I don't know what I'm talking about.
Obviously. God.
Blooper! Rural areas of the Great Lakes region and the southeast United States have been sources of numerous reports by Bigfoot sightings in addition to the Pacific Northwest.
What she said. In the Bigfoot casebook, authors Janet and Colin Board, betting they're married, document the sightings from 1818 to 1980, listing over 1,000 sightings. That's just the ones that people have talked about.
The debate over the legitimacy of the Bigfoot sightings reached a peak in the 1970s, and Bigfoot has been regarded as the first widely popularized example for pseudoscience in American culture. So much so that, according to an Associated Press 2014 poll, more Americans believe in Bigfoot than the Big Bang Theory.
Which is funny because the Big Bang Theory actually has proof.
I'm definitely going to have to do one about aliens, because that's pretty local too. We get a lot of sightings of those.
Various
too.
explanations have been suggested for the sightings, and to offer conjecture on what type of creature Bigfoot might be. Considering how humanoid he is, I would think he was more human than anything else. But there's also been people who say that he can't talk.
But then the Native American culture said that he could speak their
Right, but that's what I'm
language.
saying. There's theories that he can't talk, and there's other theories that he can talk.
Some scientists typically attribute the sightings either to hoaxes or to misidentification of known animals and their tracks, particularly black bears. Big old track, you guys, sorry.
Very loud. Are you sure?
Oh, wait, no, I guess it's that one.
Misidentified animals. You just said that, didn't you?
Particularly black bears.
Oh, okay. Both Bigfoot believers and non-believers agree that many of the reported sightings are hoaxes or misidentified animals.
Did I do that? Or?
That's what I thought. That's what I think. I don't know. You know what we need to do? We need to organize a little bit better and highlight which one is which. Highlight one blue, one yellow, or something.
Author Jerome Clark argues that the Jaco affair was a hoax involving an 1884 newspaper report of an ape-like creature captured in British Columbia.
Why did he just pull in here, turn off his engine, and then leave?
I don't know.
What a weird baby. He cites research by John Green, who found that several contemporaneous... Ooh, I said that right. British Columbia newspapers regarded the alleged capture as highly dubious, and notes that the Mainland Guardian of New Westminster, British Columbia, wrote, "Absurdity is written on the face of it." Alrighty then. Tam apparently.
Tam Biscardi is a longtime Bigfoot enthusiast and CEO of Searching for Bigfoot Inc. He appeared on the Coast to Coast AM Paranormal Radio Show on July 14th, 2005, and said that he was 98% sure that his group will be able to capture a Bigfoot, which has been tracking in the Happy Camp, California area.
You can't capture Bigfoot. Many people have tried.
I think he's a spiritual creature. I don't think you're gonna catch it. It's like Scooby-Doo running around catching an actual ghost.
I'd have gotten away with it too.
And a little dog too.
No, that's just mixing them. Stop.
Well, and their dog too, but I thought I had the little dog too. Well, Scrappy was there sometimes.
Sometimes.
I love Scooby-Doo.
A month later, he announced on the same radio show that he had access to a captured Bigfoot and was arranging a pay-per-view event for people to see it. Yeah, and then people paid for it and there was nothing. Oh, we're having technical difficulties, but we're not going to give your money back.
Is that really how it worked?
No, but I'm going to guess that's how it went.
I can't remember. He appeared on Coast to Coast AM again a few days later to announce that there was no captive Bigfoot. He blamed a named woman for misleading him and said that the show's audience was gullible.
Oh, jeez.
I want my money back, bitches.
On July 9th, 2008, Rick Dyer and Matthew Whitten posted a video to YouTube claiming that they have discovered the body of a dead Sasquatch in a forest in northern Georgia.
Wow, we're getting really far over. Tom Biscardi was contacted to investigate. Dyer and Whitten, or is it Whitten? No, it's Whitten.
It's Whitten.
Received US $50,000 from researching for Bigfoot Inc. as a good faith gesture. Boy, that was smart. I'm gonna give you your money in good faith.
The story was covered by many major news networks, including BBC, CNN, ABC News, and Fox News.
Of course, Fox.
Was it considered fake news?
I have no Trump. Soon after a press conference, the alleged Bigfoot body was delivered in a block of ice in a freezer with the searching for Bigfoot team.
And what was it exactly? Let's find out.
You'll see. I do scan this.
When the contents were thawed, observers found that the hair was not real, the head was hollow, and the feet were rubber.
Like Trump supporters. Sorry, guys. Where the hell?
Probably.
Okay, Dyer and Whitten admitted that it was a hoax after being confronted by Steve Kulas, executive director of SquatchDetective.com.
SquatchDetective.com.
I really need to start becoming a person that goes around and makes money off of, like, Sasquatch.
We need to set up our own Sasquatch website and start going off into the woods.
I need donations, people. Help me find Bigfoot.
In August 2012, a man in Montana was killed by a car while perpetrating a Bigfoot hoax using a ghillie suit. I heard about that shit. He was trying like hell to make it seem like he was
I would
Bigfoot.
not run into Bigfoot, though. That would be really dumb.
No, it was an accident. He wasn't, like, they weren't trying to kill him. They were trying to follow him, and he got in the way.
He just got in the way of the car.
Well, he was running, and they were trying to catch him, you know?
In January 2014, Rick Dyer, perpetrator of a previous Bigfoot hoax, said that he had killed a Bigfoot creature in September 2012 outside of San Antonio, Texas.
Why would you want to kill it? I'd want to study it.
There's actually places, I think it's Washington or somewhere, that it's an endangered species and you can't kill it. Maybe it's Oregon.
No, it's Washington. It's a big deal up there.
You can't.
It's like a
there.
huge thing
It's like
up there. They
30
passed all
minutes away
sorts of
from here.
laws. He said that he had scientific tests performed on the body, from DNA tests to 3D optical scans to body scans. It is the real deal. It's Bigfoot, and Bigfoot's here, and I shot it, and now I'm proving it to the world. He said that he had kept the body in a hidden location, and he intended to take it on tour across North America in 2014.
Is it in Area 51?
I
When do they plan on storming that again? Like a bunch of morons?
don't friggin' know.
We have ADD, sorry. For some
Squirrel!
He released photos of the body and video showing a few individuals' reactions to seeing it, but never released any of the tests or scans. He refused to disclose the test results or to provide biological samples. He said that the DNA results were done by an undisclosed lab and could not be matched to identify any known animal.
Okay, freaks.
This one was kind of fun, actually.
Where are we? Up here?
Yeah, Dyer.
There it is. Dyer said that he would reveal the body and tests on February 9th, 2014 at a news conference at Washington University, but he never made the test results available.
After the Phoenix tour, the Bigfoot body was taken to Houston. On March.
They canceled the raid on Area 51.
Oh. Fun is that?
On March 28th, 2014, Dyer admitted on his Facebook page that his Bigfoot corpse was another hoax. He has paid Chris Russell of Twisted Toy Box to manufacture the prop, which he nicknamed Hank from latex foam and camel hair.
Dyer earned approximately $60,000 from the tour of his second fake Bigfoot corpse. We really need to make a fake Bigfoot corpse. He said that he did kill a Bigfoot, but did not take the real body on tour for fear that it would be stolen.
Then don't take it on tour. Just show it to somebody.
This one's theories of what it might be. I didn't put that on there.
Dick munchers.
Next section.
Gigantopithecus Bigfoot proponents Grover Grants and Jeffrey H. Bourne believed that Bigfoot could be a relict population of Gigantopithecus. Take it.
All Gigantopithecus fossils were found in Asia, but according to Bourne, many species of animals migrated across the Bering Land Bridge, and he suggested that Gigantopithecus might have done so as well.
Why is that word there so much? It's such a big word.
It's good for your mouth.
Gigantopithecus fossils have not been found in the Americas. The only recovered fossils are of mandibles and teeth, leaving uncertainty about Gigantopithecus locomotion. Just take the thing.
Krantz has argued that Gigantopithecus blackie could have been bipedal based on his extrapolation of the shape of his mandible. However, the
revelation.
Actually, it's relevant. Part of the mandible is not present in any fossil.
Fine. Say a word I didn't know was. An alternative view is that Gigantopithecus, I said it, was quadrupedal. Its enormous mass would have made it difficult for it to adopt a bipedal gait.
Maybe it evolved from the Gigantopithecus a long time ago.
Like we did. Like we,
Like now it's able to walk on its feet.
Like we evolved, didn't we? From something else.
Matt Cartmill criticizes the Gigantopithecus hypothesis. The trouble with the account is that Gigantopithecus was not a hominin, if I can read, and maybe not even a crown group hominoid. Yet the physical evidence implies that Bigfoot is an upright biped with buttocks and a long snout, permanently adducted helix.
See, we read, but these are big words that we've never read before.
Well, and I have an issue with brain to mouth because my brain works faster than my mouth does. So, like, I'm able to read it,
brain
but
to
I'm
mouth.
not able to.
Is that like foot to mouth?
Yes. Foot to mouth.
How about foot in mouth?
That too. It's like ADD. My brain works faster than my mouth.
These are hominin autopomorphies, not found in other mammals and other bipeds. It seems unlikely that Gigantopithecus could have evolved these uniquely hominin traits in parallel.
I don't see why not. Everything's possible.
Mm-hmm.
Bernard G. Campbell writes that Gigantopithecus is in fact extinct, has been questioned by those who believe it survives as the Yeti of the Himalayas and the Sasquatch of the Northwest American coast. But the evidence for these creatures is not convincing.
Extinct hominins. Primatologist John R. Napier and anthropologist Gordon Strassenberg have suggested a species of Paranthropus as a possible candidate for Bigfoot's identity, such as Paranthropus robustus, with its gorilla-like crested skull and bipedal gait, despite the fact that fossils of Paranthropus are found only in Africa. Maybe we could find one that doesn't have so many big fucking words we don't know how to pronounce.
It's a scientific thing.
I know, but it's just a lot of words we don't know how to pronounce.
Michael Rugg of the Bigfoot Discovery Museum presented a comparison between human Gigantopithecus and Meganthropus skulls. The reconstructions made, I guess it's Meganthropus, I don't know. The reconstructions made by Grover Krantz is in episode 131 and 132 of the Bigfoot Discovery Museum show.
He favorably compares a modern tooth suspected of coming from a Bigfoot to the Meganthropus fossil teeth, noting the worn enamel on the occlusal surface. Occlusal? I'm not sure I said that right.
The Meganthropus fossils originate from Asia, and the tooth was found near Santa Cruz, California.
Some suggest Neanderthal Homo erectus or Homo, I'm going to butcher this word, Heidelbergensis, to be the creature, but no remains of any of those species have been found in the Americas.
You would think Neanderthals would be Homo erectus or
Homo erectus. They have found Homo erectus, but not the other ones.
In 2013, ZooBank, the non-governmental organization that is generally accepted by zoologists to assign species names, approved the regulation request for the species name Homo sapiens communis. You don't have to turn the collar on to do that.
Kids.
To be used for the car's too loud for appearance. Reputed hominid, more familiarly known as Bigfoot for Sasquatch.
So apparently you either get to listen to the car be loud or this kid screaming in the toy area next to us.
I hear the kids screaming.
It's just annoying. I can't hear. I mean, I can't concentrate. Here. Where am I at? After what the Huffington Post described as a 5-year study of purported Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, DNA samples, but prior to peer review of the work, excuse me, DNA Diagnostics, a veterinary laboratory headed by veterinarian Melba Ketchum, issued a press release on November 24th, 2012, claiming that they had found proof that the Sasquatch is a human relative that arose approximately 15,000 years ago as a hybrid cross of modern Homo sapiens with an unknown primate species. Ketchum called for this to be recognized officially, saying that government at all levels must recognize them as an indigenous people and immediately protect their human and constitutional rights against those who would see in their physical and cultural differences a license to hunt, trap, or kill them.
Failing to find a scientific journal that would publish their results, Ketchum announced on February 13th, my birthday, 2013, that their research had been published in the De Novo Journal of Science. Huffington Post.
The Huffington Post discovered that the journal's domain had been registered anonymously only 9 days before the announcement. This was the only edition of De Novo and was listed as Volume 1, Issue 1, with its only content being the Ketchum paper.
Wow.
So they set up a fake site so that they could publish their shit and be noticed.
That's one way to do it. If you want to publish a book, fake
Publishing company?
Shortly after publication, the paper was analyzed and outlined by Sharon Hill of Doubtful News for the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry. Doubtful News. I want to work for that.
Hill reported on the questionable journal, mismanaged DNA testing, and poor quality paper. stating that the few experienced geneticists who viewed the paper reported a dismal opinion of it, noting it made little sense. So that basically means whoever wrote it just threw words together.
Bigfoot's
Who
real.
just want to
Let me
be
add
noticed.
Bigfoot's real. Let me add some bullshit in between. Alright, the
Or
scientists...
did it just say Bigfoot's real over and over again? Bigfoot's real,
like,
Bigfoot's real. Some big words nobody knows.
like on The Shining,
Bigfoot's
red
real.
run, red run, red run.
Yeah, there you go.
Or no, it was Johnny... What was it?
Oh, no.
Oh,
All
no.
work, no play makes Johnny a dull boy.
Yeah. The Scientist magazine also analyzed
Sorry.
the paper, reporting that geneticists who have seen the paper are not impressed. To state the obvious, no data or analysis are presented that in any way support the claim that the samples come from a new primate or human-primate hybrid. Lloyd Kregelak of Princeton University told the Houston Chronicle instead, analysis either come back as 100% human or fail to in ways that suggest technical artifacts. The website for the De Novo Journal of Science was set up.
On February 4th, that's my mom's birthday, and there is no indication that Ketchum's work, the only study it has published, was peer-reviewed.
Claims about the origins and characteristics of Bigfoot have crossed over with other paranormal claims, including Bigfoot and UFOs are related, or that Bigfoot creatures are psychic or even completely supernatural.
Okay, I see what I was trying to read this and realized that this and this are the same thing, and you put an accidental bullet point. You see how it kind of runs together?
Uh-huh.
I was like, on February 4th, and there is no indicate. What? This doesn't make sense. So this part and this part should have been together, just so you know. Sorry, technical difficulties. There are several organizations dedicated to the research and investigation of Bigfoot sightings in the United States. The oldest and largest is the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization, or BFRO.
BFRO also provides a free database to individuals and other organizations. The website includes reports from across North America that have been investigated by researchers to determine credibility.
Which there is none. In February 2016, the University of New Mexico at Gallup
Wow, we're really going all over the world.
held a two-day Bigfoot conference at a cost of $7,000 in university funds.
We really need to start becoming Bigfoot enthusiasts.
We really need to get money from Bigfoot things. Help us out, guys. We need big donations here.
Local Paul Freeman, who passed in 2003 at 59, discovered... Oh, this is about the local guy that... Okay. Discovered footprints in June 1982 in the Blue Mountains spanning the Oregon-Washington border.
The prints, sometimes called the Mill Creek prints, named after the location they were found. For some time, besides the 1967 Patterson film, was the best evidence that they were real.
I still wonder about the Patterson film. Because
It looked fake.
like...
It looked fake.
I don't know.
It looked fake.
The way he moved, though...
It looked like somebody on